Hey, lovelies. Happy Sunday. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. I just wanted to pop on here and do a reading for the collective today. Today is the 7/7 portal, and I did some meditation and got some channels and downloads, and I wanted to talk to you about that and do some cards here for you today. So, when I was meditating, I got some symbols this time, and the first symbol was triangles, were three triangles, which are very powerful, the triangle. But these were three triangles, and they were all pointing up, and they were all surrounded with circles. So there's some really powerful geometry there. So first I wanted to talk about that, and then the second download, or the second symbol that was given to me, was an eagle. So then when I saw the eagle, it was an eagle up high and then it dropped kind of lower. Um, and so there was some channel through that. So I just want to get to it because there's so much in just those two things. And I understand at first I thought, geez, mm, that typically when I'm meditating and I'm channeling and I get downloads, I typically hear the words, and I hear a voice and I'm given messages. And this time it was just strictly symbols. And then those two symbols, which, at first I kind of thought, wow, geez, it's not very much for this powerful, 7/7 portal. And then I sat with it a little longer, and those downloads came, and then kind of the meanings came. So it's like I'm filled with a knowing, and then as I sat with that, I realized how powerful and just how big of a message that really was. So I'm excited to jump into that. So I wanted to do that. Um, and I have kind of made notes here. So, first, that I want to say that, so these were three triangles that came down that were all attached within a circle. And so triangles that are pointing upwards are about fire. The upward pointing triangle is the masculine energy, and it's also fire and air, and it's also symbolizing of ascension and aspirations of the spiritual ascension process. And so really, when I saw those, and then, like I said, they were in the circles. I know that I've always talked about patterns, and of course, if I can do a shout out again from my book, in the manifesto, Harnessing the Power of the Sorceress, I talk about the law of correspondence in there, which is all about the patterns. And the one thing that I've always spoke about is that when we can be aware of the patterns in our life, and the patterns that are around in our world. So I don't mean the global world, but I mean just in our small world, part of the world, our circle, in our home, in our life, the reflections that we see on the outside, our circle that we maintain, circle of friends and um, partners, and just how we see the outside world, really, which is our inner world reflected in our outside world. And then I talk about, the patterns in the moon phases, patterns in the days of the week, in the months, patterns in the world, or sorry, in the year. Patterns in languaging, patterns of behavior, that everywhere in the world we see patterns, and those patterns are very telling. And I know that that's why, that symbol, those symbols of the triangles coming down and around circles, I knew that that was about the patterns that I've spoke of before. But also, if you just take a look at the triangle has three sides. It is the Holy Trinity. Um, and really, when we start to really look at the power of numbers, the power of these patterns, we begin to see things that we might have, previously felt were secrets, or secrets that were hidden from humanity, that things that we really didn't think of about our life and surrounding our life. So, a triangle represents the number three. It's a prime number. Prime numbers are special. They're divisible by any other number except the number one in themselves. Number three has always been considered the most sacred of these numbers across the majority of religions and the esoteric traditions. In Christianity, three represents the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In the Buddhist tradition, it's a triple gem. So Buddha, the enlightened one; Dharma, which is the teachings; and Sangha, which is the principles. Of course, in Taoism, it's the great triad, which is heaven, human, earth. The current kind of new age era, or the new age, is the number three is associated with the unity of spirit, the body, mind, and spirit. The archetype for the triangle is earth. It's the alchemy of matter. So, I've talked about this before in some of my videos, is when we want to manifest things, when we want to bring the matter, the physicality pieces into our life through accessing the quantum and attracting those things in, we need to become more energy than matter. And so also they say, the triangle follows the circle and precedes the square. So circles are all, of course, we know about unity, about oneness, wholeness, everything connecting. It's never, it goes in a circle, the source and the origin of everything, excuse me, which is AKA God, or, well, God. And the triangle really is, this really dynamic force of creation, and such a powerful symbol. The creative spirit, it's like the creative principle of consciousness, sometimes is referred to as the fire of consciousness, because, again, the triangle, and especially an upward facing triangle, is about fire. And also in Ayurveda, it is known as fire and the masculine. So all of that stuff is really, really possible. So, or important. And so then with the triangles and the circles, we had the triangles that were ascending, that were all in alignment with the circles around them. So triangles symbolize the principle, or the fire principle, the creative spirit of the universe. Fire moves fast, it penetrates everything and purifies everything that it touches. And really, if I go to the science of Ayurveda, Ayurveda is life, because fire is associated with digestion, and in Ayurveda, digestion is life. So fire is a transformative metaphysical principle. It's referred to often as the fire of consciousness, and that's what the gods really are good at. Is this? They manifest reality nonstop, actualizing their creative power. So for humans, fire principle unfolds as the ability to reach out higher and deeper and tap from something that's bigger than our limited mind. So really that ascension, that consciousness. So also with the triangles, the triangles in the circle, it almost is, well, I mean, a geometric symbol, but also, when we look, if you want to look at light languages, and what I talk about sometimes is is codes or blueprints, our soul blueprint, where, the gifts that we bring into this world, where our soul originates, and the characteristics and the characteristics of our personality, the characteristics really of your soul matrix blueprint, the soul matrix. So the fire of consciousness, the triangle, brings clarity of mind. So it also, the triangle and the fire consciousness, it amplifies clarity for us. So it amplifies our ability to see what is right for you and figure out how to get there. And, that's really exciting because, again, with the triangles, it is an ascension and ascension of consciousness, ability almost to shape shift. I like to think about it. And then unity and one. So that was really powerful, all of those things. And then let's just look at, really there's three triangles. So there's 3, 3, 3. And so 333 encourages us to set those plans into action right now. Trust yourself, put thought into your choices, and it's about creativity, optimism, and intuition. So really, this powerful day and powerful time of this, consciousness, shifting into our consciousness, shifting into getting onto our path, shifting into more energy than matter. Also, 3 is self-expression, communication, creativity, optimism, joy. So also those things right now are really, really important. And then if you take 3, 3, 3, 3. So 3 plus 3 plus 3, that equals 9. And 9 is a number of spiritual enlightenment as well as completion. It's associated with higher consciousness, with selflessness, and with compassion. And then yeah, so those things are really, really powerful. Look into, how you can utilize the triangles with the circle surrounding the triangle. Look at how you can increase your meditation practice, your breath work, journaling, really finding that clarity on your path, and finding clarity on your path, and then really setting those intentions for the near future here. So I really felt like it was just a time to really connect with our inner fire, with that, with our own spirituality, to that compassion, to that creation and to source is what I felt really powerful. And just really look into some geometry and sacred geometry and look at symbols. Can you utilize mandalas and start coloring mandalas? Can you put these geometrical symbols around your home, around your altar if you have one, along with 3 candles, white candles for the light, divinity, source, pink candles for that love and that self-love. All of those, all of those things are really, really important and very powerful to do right now. And then the second symbol, let's talk about that a bit, because that was about, so that was, I saw an eagle. And the eagle for me, I see it, the minute I see that symbol, I know what it's about. And now it was up higher, up higher at first, and then it came lower. But, I think if someone saw that, they would think, wait a minute, because aren't we going up and ascending? But I knew exactly what they were showing me with that. So I just want to talk a little bit about that as well. So eagle is about seeing the bigger picture. It's about kind of, when you think of an eagle soars higher. Eagle has an ability to look at the big picture, to be able to survey the land around them. They're able to, they flop their wings in place, flutter their wings as they are looking and focusing on their prey. And so the eagle is very much about being able to see the bigger picture of our life, of your life, but also from that, it's more than that. It's also about being able to expand your vision and expand your energy, your frequency. And so I felt like that was a really kind of an important message that they wanted to really have me drill or really push that forward, is about, when we are so focused on something, whether you're a business owner, whether you are focusing on a goal that you want to reach or achieve, what happens is you have a tunnel vision. Your focus is laser, it's narrow, which is important for us to do that. But at the same time, what happens now, depending on how our emotions are wrapped up in that focus, it's about really kind of checking in. Are you feeling constricted? Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling chaotic or rushed? Or are you feeling relaxed? But still, it's important, because when we're focused, our focus is narrow. We're looking at one big picture. But it's also about when we are stuck in a challenge or a struggle, what they are saying with that, with the expanding our frequency and our consciousness and our vision, is to be able to step back out of that, step away from, something that we're working on, to just step back and away and again take the vision and the sight of an eagle and expand that vision, expand it bigger, expand it more, and then as well to be able to, take that breath after you step back. And I've talked about this before, is that when we do that, just take a moment to step back. Our bodies are amazing when we are stressed or angry or frustrated, and we just, stop that train or spiraling of our thought, take a step back. The body and the nervous system automatically resets itself and calms itself down. It just does that. That is, we don't even have to think about that. That's what the body does. So when we are in that mode, we are able to then expand our vision beyond the the present, beyond what's in front of us, beyond that one goal, to be able to look at a bigger picture. And, some of you, for instance, might be in a place right now in your life where you're questioning your next steps, when you're looking at your business maybe and saying, what are my next steps? And that is what this is about, is that, stepping back for a moment to be able to see the bigger picture, to see, the whole year. So we're sitting here on July 7th, to be able to look forward to the end of the year and where, what do we want to bring in? Where do we want to be? And just also that bigger picture, expansive vision, but as well energy, what that's going to do. And what to me that really is talking about is being able to, because if I draw the triangle back into this, that's masculine energy. And nothing wrong with that, but we need to be able to balance it with that feminine energy, which is about taking that step back, being creative. It's like the saying, work smart, not hard. And so I really felt like that was a message that they were really bringing home or driving home to me, was that taking a step back to be able to look at everything, to be able to assess everything around you, and then to just take those deep breaths to disengage the ego, to disengage the thought process for a moment. And as you're taking in those 3 breaths, that's when I saw the triangles, the 3 triangles ascending with the circles, descending, coming down from above into my body. And if you can kind of visualize that as well, I also saw these triangles then circulating like this. That really what happens then is we're able to become, that's the place where we become that energy, to be able to just, kind of take that breath, take a step back, go walk outside, water the plants, sit in a nice shady spot, listen to the birds, kind of to be able to visualize what it is that you want to bring into your life. That was really that message. So when the eagle then descended and got lower, what the messages that were coming with that is, again, the vision, or the eagle has the vision, so the big picture, the expanded energy, the expanded consciousness, and then when it came down, it's about then seeing closer to home. So yes, seeing the big picture, but also to be able to see the present right here and right now. Seeing our surroundings, paying attention to that, because our outer world is reflected from what's going on in our inner world. And so to be able to just really get a grasp on that, get that clarity, get that real understanding, that spiritual understanding of our ascension process, of our bigger vision, where we're going, taking that focus off the challenge, the struggle, and being sorry about that. I just had this like energetic surge through me, which felt incredible. Sorry about that happening. I had to pause the video for a moment. So yeah, I just feel like this is such a really monumental period on our planet and in our spiritual growth, and it's really important to be paying attention right now. It is not the time to be sleeping. It is not the time to be dragged down or pulled down and around any kind of negative energy right now. um, nothing punitive, to, remove yourself from any negativity that may be in your life or in your mind, in your circle. It's really time to be grounded, to be focused, to have clarity, to have that fire of consciousness, because right now is a very monumental time on the planet and in your own spiritual growth and evolution. So that was just, a fantastic channel. I'm so happy that I was able to receive that for the collective today. And I really wanted to make sure I talk to you about that first. And then it's interesting because, so the cards that I pulled here, 3 cards, and the first one being protection. So the protection during this really heightened spiritual time and this process that we are all going through is to really protect your energy, but also to know that you are protected. But to really, it really is about protecting your vision, protecting your visions and your planning, and to protect your path right now. So in that, I just mean, it really is about kind of working through the issues that may be coming up for you at this time, through this really powerful energy, and to work with that, to be really gentle with yourself, to be able to work through it, not get bogged down by, like I say, challenges. Don't be you don't want to stay in a space of woe is me or hardship or victimization, any of that stuff. You want to be able to move beyond it by journaling, by doing breath work, by doing meditation, by doing yoga, having movement in your life, and getting out in nature. Those things are important. Feeding your body really good food, light food right now, of course, being in the month of summer. Cooling foods, a nice cucumber, salad or something like that. Food that is very light for you, because if you're in a position of struggle or stress, or feeling weighed down by fatigue, low energy, any of that stuff, and you're eating heavier foods, then, really now your whole body, not just your spirit, is really bogged down as well. So really be protective of yourself and your energy right now. The next card is abundance, a beautiful card. So, when we become more energy than matter, we're able to manifest things quickly. And staying in the energy of gratitude, of abundance, of love, of healing, of ascension, a higher energy of light. Just stay in that right now, because all of this stuff is really good that's coming for you right now. And abundance is, more than money, but I do see it as a time of things now. If there felt like there was a block there for you guys, that this is going to be pushed through now or dissolved, and now the abundance will come into you. Things will flow with ease. The last card here is compassion. And so the compassion card, as we are releasing our past life, releasing the past, releasing, the trauma, the abuse, releasing all of those things that would have happened in the past, and coming to this new phase, this new energy, this new world of ascension, of knowing that we are on this path of awakening, of spiritual growth and ascension, and just being able to meet it where we are and and embrace that. Embrace the person that you are becoming. Forget about the old self. Forget about the stories that, people around you have talked to you or told you about, the things your mother or father said. You were here, right now, surrounded by light, love, and it's very important for you to be present to where you are and to visualize the path ahead and to embrace the person that you are becoming, not the person that you were or that you perceive yourself to be, but to be in the energy of the new you. So that is my reading for the collective today. And thank you, everybody. If you have any questions, if you watch this later on, you can post some questions below, and have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.